Hello, Internet. My name is Roro, and welcome to my channel. I hope everyone's having a good day. Today, I wanted to talk about why I believe that YouTube is the future of music and maybe art in general. So, let's get into it. Right now, if you were to ask most people where the center place for all music is, they would probably say TikTok. And I think that's just because TikTok is sort of the biggest social media out right now in terms of discovery and just getting yourself in front of the most amount of eyes. And it's also probably the best way to get a little bit of attention on the internet. But I think people are starting to realize that attention is important, but it's not the be all end all of having a successful music career. I think a great example of this is Steve Lacy. For anyone who doesn't know, Steve Lacy is a guitar player, a songwriter. He has solo music. He's also part of a band called The Internet. So he's been around for a long time. But he had one of his songs blow up on TikTok. You've probably heard it. It's called Bad Habit. And there's clips of him performing shows. And everybody that's at the shows, it seems like it's a bunch of young kids that found his music on TikTok. They know that one song, they know the one 10-second part of the song because TikTok videos are usually pretty short. And they don't really know any of his other music, let alone any other verses in the song that's so popular. And there's even videos of him reacting negatively to this and being frustrated because he probably put a lot of time and effort into writing all these songs throughout his career, and having this little tiny chunk of one of his songs be the only thing he's known for must be really infuriating. I'm not going to play any clips or anything, but you either already are aware of it or just search Steve Lacy TikTok and you'll see a bunch of stuff about it if you're interested. And yes, there are other social media platforms where you can get attention, like Instagram. That's still definitely viable, even though it's kind of falling off a bit in that realm. Even Twitter, I guess it's possible, but the biggest problem with all of these social media platforms is you have to get the viewer, the consumer, to leave this platform and go find your music somewhere else where it is monetized. And these social media companies are so good at keeping people on their platforms. That's the entire purpose. So, actually getting what is called conversion, getting somebody to convert from a passerby scrolling through their feed to an actual interested viewer of your stuff on other platforms is nearly impossible. And these platforms themselves don't really have any viable monetization within them. So all you're really getting is attention. You're not getting fans really even unless you make it into something else. And that's very difficult to do. So I say all this to say, if you're a musician, I would highly recommend starting a YouTube channel because YouTube has stood the test of time. It's been around for longer than any of the platforms I mentioned. It's only getting bigger. It's only getting better in certain ways for user experience. I know there's issues for creators, but I'm not going to get into that in this video. For user experience, it's only getting better and better. And it's a place that pretty much everybody goes for something. You know, some people don't use TikTok or Instagram or Twitter or whatever, but you rarely ever hear anybody not use YouTube because it's kind of like the modern day version of television, but anybody can put anything on there, you know, within the guidelines of the website, but you don't have to answer to these big companies and get passed and accepted and all this stuff to get your art, your content or whatever in front of people on television or something. Obviously, this is everybody knows this at this point. This is extremely outdated, but I'm saying this to emphasize the point that YouTube is the place for everything, including music. And I think within the next couple years, you're going to start to see a lot of people who are big on TikTok or Instagram or even Twitter or even SoundCloud, other platforms, you're going to see them all slowly start to trickle into YouTube and start to build up their YouTube because YouTube is one of the most accessible platforms for everybody. You know, like my oldest relatives use YouTube and my youngest relatives use YouTube. You know, like it's kind of for everybody. It's a place for anybody and everybody. There's sections of YouTube for every type of person, every type of entertainment, every type of content. So I really think just for artists who want to have a solid archive of their work, YouTube is by far the best place to do that. And this might be a generalization, but I believe that the time of musicians being sort of like mysterious and weird and people don't know about them as much, I think that was popular for a lot of the 2010s. I think that that is starting to die out. People are going to start to want to connect in a more genuine way with the artists that they're supporting. And again, YouTube is by far the best place to do that because I feel like you can truly show all of your personality on YouTube, depending on what type of art you do, what type of music you make, what type of person you are. There's a lot of leeway and a lot of creative freedom. Whereas on TikTok or Instagram, you kind of have to follow a certain type of formula that's popular on that platform. And of course, there's some bits of that that apply to YouTube, but I think in general, YouTube is more of an archive than it is like a popular social media platform, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense. Hopefully, I'm explaining myself well. Let me know if you guys agree or disagree. I'm really curious what you guys think. I've been thinking about this a lot. Maybe I'm a little biased because I don't really use social media to promote my art or my music at all. If you want to hear me talk more about that, you can watch this video right here, and I'll see you guys next time.